This is Yasser Arafat, the leader of Fatah and the PLO and one of the key figures in the Arab world. Here, in a speech to the UN from 1974, Arafat arrives armed with a handgun.
وببندقية الثائر في يدي فلا تسقط الغصن الأخضر من يدي.
Not a common thing to bring with you to the UN podium. Wait, but Fatah, PLO, what are they anyway? Here goes. Since the establishment of Israel and during the 1950s, Arabs are slowly integrating into Israeli society. The number of security incidents is relatively low, and it can be said that things are all in all tolerable. But in late 1950s and early 1960s, the Palestinian identity begins forming. The Nakba generation was seen as a failure due to losing their homes and homeland. And in the face of this generation's defeat, rises a new generation of young people who were born in refugee camps and in foreign countries. They despise their parents and strive to change reality. In 1959, Fatah, the movement for the liberation of Palestine, is established. The Fatah rigorously promotes two main principles: Palestine nationalism and an armed fight as the only option. Fatah organizes dozens of underground groups of activists, mainly in universities and refugee camps. In 1964, the PLO is established, the Palestine Liberation Organization, a broader organization that brings together a variety of Palestinian streams. In 1969, Yasser Arafat is elected leader of the organization and is gaining popularity amongst Palestinians all over the world. Why? Because the Arab countries to which the refugees arrived, Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, and Egypt, did not accept the Palestinian refugees as citizens with equal rights. So the Palestinians feel it's time to stop relying on their Arab brothers and fend for themselves. They decide to be a little less Arab and a little more Palestinian. The PLO has set a supreme goal: to liberate Palestine from the Israeli occupation, while not recognizing any Jewish rights to the land. This is decided as a basic standing point of the organization, long before any discussion regarding occupation, territories, or settlements has occurred. In the meanwhile, from Israel's standing point, the armed struggle advocated by the PLO and Fatah is perceived as supporting terrorism, and the organization does launch numerous terror attacks in a long series of events.
على شهيد رائد الكرب 240 راس نزلوها. على عدد القتلى الإسرائيليين ما حدا نزل بمقدار فتح من القتلى.
Now let's talk about that city. You probably heard of it once or twice before: Jerusalem. Why? Because the Palestinians give the city a religious status of the highest order, even though Jerusalem is not mentioned in the holy scriptures of Islam at all. It's 1967, and in the Six-Day War, Israel gains control over Jerusalem, uniting the eastern side occupied by Jordan with the western Israeli side. The unification of Jerusalem was perceived by the Palestinians and Arabs as part of the Six-Day War catastrophe, known to them as El-Naqsa, the small catastrophe. The Palestinians do not acknowledge the unification of Jerusalem, as can be seen in the PLO statement from 1988, in which Jerusalem is stated to be the capital of Palestine. Another strong element outlined by the PLO and rooted after the Six-Day War is the sumud, holding grounds, standing firm, or steadfast perseverance. According to Arafat, this is a political strategy and a necessary basis for fighting. After 1974, the PLO realized that everything is about politics and turns to intensive diplomatic activity in the world, and the number of PLO branches in various countries is increasing. But despite several negotiation attempts, the armed struggle is continued. Terrorist attacks are still a main part of the PLO and Fatah and are going strong. Maybe the kafia that Arafat wears describes the story best. During the summer, it protects the farmer from the sun. During winter, it warms his neck. But in wartime, it turns him into a masked man. The symbolism does not end here. Arafat wore his keffiyeh in a way that resembles the shape of the map of Israel, as a constant reminder to what the main Palestinian national goal is: to take control over the entire Israeli state, every part of it. Alongside to Arafat's keffiyeh is also his famous gun, reminding us once again in so many words, terror is our weapon in the fight for the land.